Well, folks, thought I'd borrow my wife's craft table here and show some knives I put handles on before. This old Imperial Wildcat Skinner was originally on a folding handle, which it messed up. I put a pin through here, wrapped it in artificial sinew, put it on a deer horn. Didn't turn out too bad. That blade, believe it or not, actually a real good quality blade, because it was a hard metal. Took me a little bit to get a really good edge on it. I need to touch it up again. But I'm 59, and I remember Daddy having this when I know I was about 10 years old, that blade. Because we were grilling, and I remember him poking a red sausage with it. But anyway, I can't believe I found that old blade out in the shed years ago and put this handle on it, because the other handle, it was broke. It wasn't any good. And then I have this old, this is an old Charade Imperial blade that I found in another broken folder. So I put a pin through it, wrapped it in the same artificial sinew, and put it on a deer horn. Handy little, if you might use it for a patch knife or whatever. But I got to figure out how I'm going to make a little sheath for it. This is a American Charade. The green plastic handle on it disintegrated. Those plastic handles on any of this stuff, like this Outdoor Edge blade here, the handle, rubber handle disintegrated. I made a wood handle for it. Of course, I'm not a wood craftsman or anything, but it works. I've got pins in it, hold it in place, and get it epoxied all together. I'm not going to put a lot of hard use on it anyway. I just use it in the kitchen. But this thing takes a good edge. I will skin a deer with it, or a squirrel, rabbit, whatever. Got this old butcher knife I made a handle for. I don't even know what brand this is. It's got to be an Old Hickory. But it's an old blade because it's got a lot of wear right here. And that thing takes a razor edge. I just cut up some sweet potatoes up with it, and just a few minutes ago. This is an Outdoor Edge that the handle's disintegrated on. Now, believe it or not, I've got this where, let me push that button in. I've got this where it will still work as far as folding one way or the other and locking in place. I'm going to do a little more sanding on it and make it look a little better and coat it in linseed oil, but I just thought I would show that. The handle's disintegrated on it, and I asked Outdoor Edge by email if they could just send me new handles, and they couldn't do it. So I didn't think anything else about it. And then the next thing I know, they sent me a brand new knife. I was very impressed. I've got some other Outdoor Edge knives. I've got a AUS 8 blade fillet knife I keep in a bug out storage, and the blade is actually a lot better on this newer one. If you'll notice, this blade is rounded, and this is nice and pointed. I really like this new one. I like a knife with a point on it, digging spots out of sweet potatoes or whatever you might be doing. And this is another sling blade, and I'm very impressed with Outdoor Edge for doing that. And these handles actually feel better than what those old ones. Those old ones, I don't know what it is about some of those rubber products on anything. It's not just Outdoor Edge or anybody. But they just crumbled. I guess they got dried out or whatever. But I'm very impressed with Outdoor Edge sending me this knife. I got a camping knife here. This is I believe this is a, let's see what it's either a Camillus or, let's see, yeah, it's a Camillus. It's an old Camillus camping knife. And I made handles for it. I made handles for one of Daddy's knives too. Camping knife that it was a Imperial, one of the old cheap ones you could go into a dime store and about get all the time when you was a kid. I can't remember the name of it now. It had a few little tools on it. Now I keep this. It's attached to all this other stuff here. I keep all of this in this pouch here on this Becker K-bar. This Becker K-bar buoy, I keep all of that in there with it. And I took that black off and put I guess you'd call it close to a patina on it. But I like this old knife for a camp knife. I've got another K-bar that's a little bit thinner blade, about the same length. I really like, but anyway, thought somebody might enjoy seeing these old blades, and I try to repurpose it. I try not to get rid of nothing that's useful. Well, I thank my people watching and subscribers. Hope everybody has a good day.